tongue and anatomical basis of hypoglossal nerve. So in this we will be discussing the topic tongue, its morphology, nerve supply, embryological basis of nerve supply, blood supply, lymphatic drainage, and actions of extrinsic and intrinsic muscles of tongue. The tongue is a solid conical muscular organ located in the floor of the mouth. It is partly oral and partly pharyngeal in position. It is covered by mucous membrane and the tongue is attached by its muscle to hyoid bone, mandible, styloid process, soft palate and pharyngeal wall. Functions. It is an organ of deglutition, taste and speech. Other functions are it helps in mastication, in moistening lips. Clinically, it is the mirror of gastrointestinal tract ailments. Parts. Its parts are tip, base, root and a body. It has two surfaces, dorsal surface and ventral surface, and two lateral margins. In the picture you can see the tip is the anterior free end. Base is backwards towards the oropharynx and is formed by posterior 1/3 of the tongue. This you can see in the picture. Root is attached to hyoid and mandible. Dorsal surface. In the picture you can see dorsal surface is shown. It is lined by stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. It is divided by a V-shaped sulcus terminalis into anterior 2/3 and posterior 1/3. The limbs of the sulcus terminalis pass anterolaterally as shown in the picture from a depression, that is medial depression, called as foramen cecum. Foramen cecum is the site of upper end of thyroid diverticulum. Anterior 2/3 of tongue is rough because it consists of numerous papillae of different types. Papillae is a projection of lamina propria of the tongue covered by mucous membrane. There are three types of papillae. Circumvallate, you can see in the picture. A center is the papilla and it is surrounded by a valley. Circumvallate. Then we have fungiform and filiform. So these are the three papillae found on the tongue. So in the anterior 2/3 of tongue, we have circumvallate papillae. They consist of taste buds. So circumvallate papillae are 8 to 12 in number, arranged in V-shaped as a single row. They are immediately in front of sulcus terminalis. So circumvallate papillae is surrounded by a valley. Fungiform papillae. They are rounded reddish elevations distributed along margins and tip of the tongue. They contain taste buds. Filiform papillae. They are numerous tiny conical projections over the entire dorsal surface of the anterior 2/3 of tongue. They do not have taste buds. They give the dorsum a velvety appearance. Posterior 1/3 of tongue, you can see in the picture. It is the part behind the sulcus terminalis. It forms the anterior wall of oropharynx. It is connected to epiglottis as shown in the picture by median and a pair of lateral glossoepiglottic folds with a depression in between the folds called as epiglottic vallicula. So you can see in the vallicula in between the glossoepiglottic folds. Posture 1/3. Posture 1/3 is its mucous membrane is devoid of papilla, so it is smooth. It contains mucus and serous glands and numerous lymph follicles, as shown in the figure. They are the lingual tonsils. Inferior surface. It is in the floor of the mouth. It is covered by mucous membrane and it is devoid of papillae. Its features include a frenulum, the median fold connecting tongue to the floor. You can see in the picture, frenulum. Then in the bottom of the tongue, you can see sublingual papillae. They are the opening of the sublingual glands. Then we have deep lingual veins on either side of the frenulum. They can be seen in the tongue on either side of the frenulum. Then coming to tongue muscles. Tongue is divided into two symmetrical halves by a median fibrous septum. Each half contain striated muscles arranged in two groups, that is extrinsic and intrinsic. Extrinsic muscles. Extrinsic has four pairs that connect tongue to genioglossus, connects it to mandible, its action is protraction. Hyoglossus connects it to hyoid bone, its action is depression. Styloglossus connects it with styloid process and its action is retraction. Palatoglossus connects it with palate and its action is elevation. These muscles alter the position of the tongue, that is elevating, depressing, protracting and retracting. Intrinsic muscles. Intrinsic muscles occupy upper part and are attached to submucous fibrous layer and to the median fibrous septum. They are superior longitudinal, inferior longitudinal, transverse and vertical muscles. They alter the shape of the tongue. Intrinsic muscles make superior longitudinal muscle makes dorsum concave. Inferior longitudinal muscle makes dorsum convex. Vertical muscles flatten and widen the tongue, and transverse muscles elongate and narrows the tongue. So these muscles you can see in the picture. Arterial supply. The tongue is nourished by a very rich blood supply through lingual arteries. Root of the tongue is supplied by lingual artery, ascending palatine and tonsillar arteries. Body of the tongue is nourished by around 25 arterial branches from deep lingual artery. Ventral surface of the tongue is supplied by sublingual artery. Lingual artery anastomosis with submental branch of facial artery. Nerve supply. Tongue is divided into anterior and posterior parts by V-shaped groove called sulcus terminalis. Anterior 2/3 of tongue receives its innervation for special sensation from chorda tympani branch of facial nerve. The general sensation is from lingual nerve. So this part develops from first arch, that is mandibular arch. So its nerve supply is derived from mandibular nerve. Then we go to posterior part, that is both general and taste sensation of the posterior part of the tongue is supplied by glossopharyngeal nerve. So this part develops from the third arch. Its mucous membrane develops from the third arch, and the nerve of the third arch is the glossopharyngeal nerve. And the most posterior part of the tongue is innervated by internal laryngeal branch of vagus nerve. So that belongs to fourth and fifth arches. Nerve supply, motor, is from hypoglossal nerve, except for palatoglossus, which receives its nerve supply from pharyngeal plexus. So motor supply of the tongue is by hypoglossal nerve, except palatoglossus, which comes from cranial accessory nerve. Lymphatic drainage. Lymphatic vessels of the tongue may be divided into four groups. Apical group or apical region or the tip of the tongue is drained into submental lymph nodes. Lateral margins of the tongue, they pierce mylohyoid muscle to end in submandibular lymph nodes. Some from the lateral margin pass down the hyoglossus to jugulo-omohyoid lymph nodes, are also called as inferior deep cervical lymph nodes. Basal region and from circumvallate papillae go to jugulo-digastric, also called as superior deep cervical lymph nodes. Median region, a few which perforate the mylohyoid reach submandibular, but majority enter into inferior deep cervical lymph nodes. Then we go to anatomical basis of hypoglossal nerve palsy. Hypoglossal nerve palsy is infrequent clinical presentation. Commonly occurs in combination with other lower cranial nerve palsies. Etiological factors can be subdivided by location as brainstem, premedullary system, skull base, nasopharynx or oropharynx, and sublingual regions. Anatomical basis. It is secondary to craniocervical junction lesions, juxta-articular, that is synovial and ganglion cysts, and even osteophytes. Tumors are the most common cause of hypoglossal nerve palsy, accounting for nearly 50% of the cases. Hypoglossal nerve palsy, secondary to premedullary or hypoglossal pathology, is mostly frequently caused by hematogenous skull base metastasis. Thank you.